good old slippery, nasty, warm time to be riding. So man, about like I was saying about the Magna earlier, I feel like if they brought this thing back, gave it fuel injection, and maybe updated the look of it a little bit, maybe? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't need really, it doesn't look bad or anything. Just saying, update the look of it a little bit, make it look a little bit more modern. Keep the engine how it is, man. The engine's fine how it is. And just add fuel injection, but at the same time, bring back the Super Magna, man. Holy crap, bring back the V65. That would be amazing. You want to see Honda dominate the freaking sport cruiser segment of motorcycles? Bring back the V65 Magna with fuel injection and just all kinds of, you know, smart updates to it, man. And you will watch that thing take off. So, you know, that brings me to the question, though. What motorcycle manufacturers do you guys see as, like, I guess your favorites and, like, the leading innovators? So, like, I'll be the first to go on record and say I've never owned a Yamaha, but Yamaha is killing it, man. They got the FZ07, they got the FZ09, the brand new FZ10, which I'm sure is amazing. Just, and they got the new, what is it, the YZ450FX, the YZ250FX. They just got new motorcycles all over the place, man. All over the place. I heard they even have, like, their own version of a Grom now, which I don't know if it's out yet because I haven't read anything about it, but that's what someone told me. Someone post the name of that in the comments or something. I mean, but Yamaha's been killing it with a lot of new bikes. You know, Honda, I mean, Honda's kind of been like getting rid of bikes. Like I swear I read something about they're getting rid of the 600. Maybe not in America, but I could have sworn there was someplace like overseas or something where they were just going to stop selling the 600 because it just, super sports don't sell like they used to. I don't know. And you know, like a lot of the Jap people, I mean, like my good friend More Bad Ideas on my awesome t-shirt, bro. He did a video about how Kawasaki's kind of, you know, starting to kind of whip up the competition, you know, with the new second gen Ninja 650s, and you know, they got the Z800 and the Z900 and stuff like that. Dude, I would ride I would ride another Z, but coming from the Z1000, just the 1000, just, I don't know, dude. It was nice, the speed and everything, but it was too much bike for me, to be honest with you. Not like I couldn't handle it, but it was like one of those bikes that's so fast. It's like you'd have fun on it, but then you'd look down at the speedometer and be like, oh shit, I'm gonna go to jail real quick if I have too much fun. And I mean, it was a good bike. I mean, granted, it probably would have been better if I took more highway trips and stuff with it, but it's just your only bike. It was not the most ideal thing to have. Coolest looking bike I've had, though. But I digress. No, me, I'm not real partial to one brand or the other. I mean, I'm really not. I mean, I had a DR650. You know, I had a Suzuki bike. My first bike was a Honda Magna, and now my fourth bike is a Honda Magna. I had a Kawasaki Z1000. So I'm not very partial to any particular brand. I mean, even though I had my DR650 for a while, I still recognized its faults and its ups and downs to it. So, you know, I'm not like one of those guys that's just like, oh bro, I will never ride a Gixxer, or I will never ride, you know, a Triumph or something like that. Are you gonna stop, dickhead? No, you're gonna blow through the red light, asshole. But you know me, I think when it comes to throwing technology into a bike, dude, the Austrians and the Swedes are killing it, man. They're just killing it. The new freaking 2017 KTMs and the Husqvarnas, dude, they've just got killer technology going into them. The new 701 makes 6 more horsepower than the 2016 model. It has a second balancer shaft, so it has less vibrations, which was a big complaint on the 690 engine from, you know, KTM and Husqvarna. They're basically the same damn bikes, man. You know, a lot of people didn't like how the Duke 690 freaking would vibrate your damn arms off. And you know, so they're passing down the new Duke engine to the 701 and the 690 Enduro. That's cool. The you know, the 500 EXC and the 350 EXCs and all that. They've got a bunch of new updates, man. Weight has came down. The mass centralization has gotten even better. The suspension has gotten even better. It's just, the Austrians kill it when it comes to adding stuff to their bikes, man. And I'm not knocking it. You know, they're not much like, you know, Suzuki with like the DRZ and the DR650 and a lot of their bikes. I mean, Suzuki has got to be, I mean, I hate to say it, but they got to be the one motorcycle company that's just on the bottom, dude. They never update their bikes, it seems like. I mean, the DR650's been the same bike since like 96. The DRZ has been the same bike for a long time too. Like, I don't know the exact dates, but I'm pretty sure it's been the same for the last 16 or more years. Just, it gets a different color palette each year. You know, the Gixxers, the reason why so many people have Gixxers and why Gixxers have such a squid rep with them is because new riders can get them relatively cheap because the Gixxers have not changed much over time. And when a bike doesn't change, the prices don't usually go up with it. That's probably the downside, though, to like Husqvarnas, KTMs, and some of the newer model like Yamahas and stuff, is the price. The price has actually went up a good bit. Like, if you want to go buy a 701, you're looking out the door probably about $12,000. If you want to go buy, you know, like a 500 EXC, it's pretty close to the same. It's about the $11,000, $12,000 range. Gay! Faggots! Fags! Fags! So, I mean, there is like a double-edged sword. It's like, do you want the more affordable bike that will get the job done? Or do you want the bike that is a little more, like, pricey, but has a lot of bells and whistles, too? And me, I feel like, personally, if I was going to buy a new bike, you know, I've had a DR650. I liked my DR650. I paid about $3,000 for it. For a 2006, you know, with Supermoto wheels and stuff it had on it, I think it was a good price. It was a very fair price. But at the same time, between, you know, trading bikes and stuff like that afterwards, it would have been so much more cost effective for me to just buy a more expensive bike that I know I'm going to stick with for the long haul. So honestly, if it was me, I would go buy like an $11,000, $12,000 bike. Just so I would know that I would be keeping this bike for like even after the loan term and everything. You know, and like with supermotos, I mean, there's such a big like emphasis on like, oh dude, if you want the ultimate hooligan supermoto, you need like a motocross bike converted for street legal. And while that's cool, I mean, I'm sure I've rode them. I've rode a motocross converted bike. I've rode, you know, a KTM 450 EXC. I've rode trail bikes and motocross bikes converted to street legal, and yeah, dude, they will rip your damn arms off. They're really damn peppy machines. But at the same time, you know, this Magna's not always going to be here. This Magna is, if everything goes right, it's not going to be mine by the end of next year. It's going to go make someone else happy. So as only having one bike, it's real exciting to see bikes like, you know, the new 690 and the Husqvarna 701 in particular, because, I mean, 76, 74 crank horsepower, only 320 pounds, 10,000 kilometer service intervals. I mean, that is a hell of a bike to have, but sounds relatively easy to live with too. I mean, I know with like a 500 EXC or something, you know, you're just changing the oil more often and maybe checking the valves a little more. I mean, I'm not saying they're unreliable bikes, so don't put words in my mouth, people, but, you know, it wouldn't be the easiest bike to live with, especially if you're going to commute on it and stuff like that. Because like with my DR, dude, I would put 500 miles on that thing on like, I don't know, in like a good like week or two, man. So I'm just changing oil every week or two. But man, I'm ready for spring to get here. I'm ready to get the new Supermoto and just, it's gonna be a blast, man. It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna breathe new life into this channel that I feel like it's just lately just kind of been on like a lot of ups and downs. But it's all good, man. It's all good. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. I like this bike. I like the Magna, man. The Magna's cool. It's not the funnest bike I've had, but it's definitely the most comfiest bike I've had. I can tell you that. There's not a single thing about this thing's ergonomics that bothered me. I mean, I hated these bars at first, but after riding it for as long as I have, dude, I actually love these bars. These bars are great. What's up, bro? But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I much appreciate it if you give me a like, and if you want to see future videos, sure, hit subscribe, and let me know your thoughts below, and I'll see you guys later.